No, my fundamental rights are not tied to those kind of magnanimity. In the first place, you cannot abuse somebody's right for 5 years, deny him of visitation and harmony or bonding with his family, and also take away his means of livelihood for 5 years. And you are part and parcel of the same political party. It's a continuation of the same government. You are asking me to be grateful to people who violated my rights, who are members of the same political party for 5 years. I think it should be the other way around, that they should be groveling and apologizing to me, my family members, for what happened. I wasn't the only person who was affected by this. Don't forget, my younger brother was assassinated on a highway between Ore and Benin on his way back from school at the age of 49, and nobody has told the world, explain what happened. My mom has been down with stroke over this matter, I'm sure, for the last 4 years. So when South Africa went through apartheid and they had to end apartheid, what did they do? They apologized and invited back all the apartheid activists. Some of them are the ones in charge of power today because they realized the monumental injustice done to them. But our own shallow way of thinking is that, we should be magnanimous to President Tinubu. Is President Tinubu not part of the ruling party? Was he not there when I was unjustly detained, arrested? Did he say a word? Was he not the one who said he would continue with the policies of the Buhari regime? So where would he where would it come from? Why would I thank him for letting me go when I've already told them from day one that there's no evidence, there's no case here? That's what we presented in court. And they knew it. But let me shock you. When the Tinubu regime came into power, they started sending more lawyers to court. In fact, one of the lawyers, Miriam Okore, asked me to shut up in court. I had to take exception to it in front of the judge that, who do you think you are? And then she stopped coming to court. It was when they realized that we're not going to take this line down that they stopped the nonsense that they started. But don't forget that while at it, I still have the police is still prosecuting me for cyber stalking one senator, Neduwoko, that is not part of the Tinubu regime. While I was at it, I also have another case at the Chief Magistrate Court in Abuja, Wuse 2, for conduct likely to breach public peace. They have not discontinued those cases. So it shows to you that, they're just playing games. But I think they are the ones who should be grateful to me for remaining a peace-loving citizen of Nigeria, despite all the atrocities committed against me, members of my family, both immediate and extended, and against my fundamental rights.
Okay, so
people that I should be thankful to are all the young people in Nigeria who are members of our movement. The media, I will not stop saying it. The media did a fantastic job during my arrest and detention, and also all these other persons around the world, particularly people in diaspora who were supporting me, some of them sending monetary support, my wife, my kids, this Congressman Josh Gottheimer, and Senator Menendez, and most importantly, my lawyer, Femi Falana, who stood firmly throughout the case. Every time he appeared in court, he told them they were wasting their time, and that was what came to pass. So the people that should be apologizing, though, are members of the regime and the political party known as the APC, who were the people who started this atrocity against my person and have done so much damage to the people of Nigeria in the last 8 years or more.
Okay, sure. If you say that there are still other matters in the court that have not been resolved, so does that mean that you are going to return to Nigeria very soon? Otherwise, they will brand you a fugitive from the law. Are you going to return soon, and how soon, to come and resolve those other cases that are still pending?
The best way to describe it is that I have been perpetually at war with the forces of darkness in that country since my university days, as you read in my profile where we started the show. By the time I was leaving the University of Lagos, I had issues with the authorities. the issues with the police. By the time I went to NYC, I had issue with the NYC. It would interest you that until today, I mean, I was never given my NYC certificate after finishing my NYC in Yola, Adamawa State. They seized it and detained me on the day of POP, personal parade. As I'm speaking with you, I don't have an NYC discharge certificate. The University of Lagos did not release my certificate to me or my transcript until I arrived the university. I arrived the US. Now they wrote on my transcript that I graduated in 1993, even though I was not allowed to leave the University of Lagos in 1995. So I will be back. It's my country. I'm not going to run away from Nigeria because of a bunch of criminals who have seized the leadership of the place. I will come and clear my name, but beyond clearing my name, I will be part and parcel of the development that will liberate Nigeria. That is a lifelong commitment. So I could be back anytime, but I'll be back and I will appear. I know their plan is to declare me wanted, and say I'm a fugitive from law, and probably go out to the Interpol and put a red notice on my name so that my travel out of the US will be very limited. But they will be shamed because I'm not a coward. I'm not the kind of person that's why I stayed back in Nigeria for 5 years. They were hoping that I would run through the border one day and just disappear because I had the ability to leave the country if I wanted to. But I can't keep running away from these people perpetually. It's not possible. So rest assured that I'll be back to clear my name and ensure that those things are put aside, and that we continue the struggle for liberation of Nigeria.
But will you run for the presidency of Nigeria again? President Tinubu says he has taken us out of a dark tunnel, and that there is hope for the future, and that anybody who is aggrieved should look forward to 2027. But what Tinubu supporters say is that this is a president who is performing, who is giving us hope. So when you say you will return, are you going to return in 2027 or much later to allow President Tinubu to establish this hope mantra that he keeps preaching?
Well, there's this popular saying that if you see a light at the end of a Nigerian tunnel at this time, it is that of an oncoming train, another oncoming train. So that's what the hope mantra is all about. And it's going to crash into the Nigerian people. It has already crashed into their livelihoods, their economic power. It has crashed into their rights and dignity. And I don't know where you meet Tinubu supporters who are saying that the hope mantra has been established when people are dying of hunger, starvation, and inability to cope with the economic situations in the country. You're talking to someone who just left Nigeria last Friday, so it's not like I left 20 years ago. So it's terrible, the situation of electricity, of crime and insecurity, the inability of young people across the country to get employment, inability of young people to pay school fees, and the general atmosphere of hopelessness in the country, I think, is unprecedented in recent history. So, and with regards to if I'm coming back to run for office, I've always said it that my political life and career is not tied to election cycles. I run every day for the betterment of Nigeria. So that is what I'm about. I'm not waiting for 2027. I'm not a perennial contestant like the man in Dubai who contests, loses, and runs back to Dubai. I don't operate on those planes.
But what will you say about the political future of Nigeria?
Well, I think the political future of Nigeria is tied to Nigerians themselves discovering the need to act very fast because the threat to the citizenry is at this point very existential. The existence of the people or the citizens of a country called Nigeria is dire right now. So it is up to them to act collectively and act very very soon. That's what I will advise them. We've been saying this when I came back in 2019. A lot of people were poking fun at me. A lot of people even said that they don't understand what I was preaching. But everything that I spoke about, everything that I fought for, have come to be, and I've been vindicated on all fronts. I've been vindicated, including this last vindication in which I told even the judge who was trying, before I was arrested, I told them that this was an exercise in futility, coming after me and trying to prosecute me, because you can't prosecute and win the revolution. It's not possible in history. It has never happened. And I strongly still believe that the country is in need of a badly, badly, even now in need of a revolution.